It's finally done. The preparations for this took quite a bit. Same with the power it took, but it's open and it should stay open for quite a bit. At least enough for what I have planned. The final stages are here, and they should happen pretty soon. Took me quite a bit to figure out how to work this thing, but with enough power I managed to do it. Ah, new building. That's something, I guess. And that's quite a something, huh? Why don't we go sail low? Hi, I guess. What are you doing here? That is a statement. So you came here to just tell me how strong I have gotten? I know. He killed Rinsuke, and then I don't even know what he did with the rest of the blade. I'm assuming you now have it. Hmm. I'm assuming you have a point with this whole thing, and you're not just here to tell me that killing Rinsuke wasn't the original idea. Makes sense. Get rid of meme, you basically get rid of Rinsuke. So it would make sense if that was the first illustration of the deal. And that way you wouldn't have broken any primordial laws either, but apparently that didn't matter. Me neither. Sure. Would you mind waiting a second? Thank you. I'm just going to, do a quick thinking phase session. Don't you worry about this. Okay, I'm done. Just something I had to do real quick. Sure, I don't see why not. You've redecorated. I quite like it. The past few months? No, haven't held anything. Well, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. No, I'm quite assuming you use some sort of device and then accidentally changed the past to the point where entropy never reached me and this universe, which made it just infinitely attack everything. And then nothingness, and then Nexus Reborn. Clever is an understatement, but I'll allow it. Decaying? Hmm. Entropy resistant crimson. You came prepared. Not that I blame you, but. So, your precious little vessel is decaying. This matters to me how exactly? I still don't see how this involves me. I'm going to assume that's what's left of the sword. So are you here to use it on me, on him? Well, what's going on? I still don't see how this involves me unless you're planning on using it on me. Which in that case, I encourage you. Hmm. So, this was supposed to do something? Me neither. You tried. Oh, I get it. You're trying to bring Nexus into this universe. Oh. See, can you tell how surprised I am, Reg? Can you? On my face and my voice? You see, as soon as I actually got to somewhat control my powers as an Eprim, I immediately felt Nexus is alive. I already knew what he originally felt like from what Rinsuke thought he felt like, and whatever thoughts and memories I still had from when he was in me. So I knew exactly what Nexus's presence felt like, and he was alive somehow, even though he has been dead for way too long, so it doesn't make sense. And so I think to myself, if he's alive, then why aren't I dead? I mean, I'm an Epirem. And then it clicks me. He isn't in this universe. He isn't in this plane of existence. He is stuck somewhere. And he needs to come back. And then I cycle through the option. Who is dumb enough to try to bring him back? We got Toxic Pit, but she's far too smart to actually fall for that. I mean, come on. Then we got, you know, Void Corp, but why would they bring something of full destruction back? And then we got you. you are stupid enough to think that reviving Nexus will do anything actually useful for Crimson, or for yourself, or I don't even give a shit. And so, I did something which I didn't want to do, but it's necessary. I'm assuming when you were at Entropy, you saw the whole rift thing, right? One sec. Do you know what entropy at its very core is? Well, what was its intended purpose when it was first created? To hold the multiverse together and allow connections between universes to form. Simple. It protects a connection, makes sure that universes are staying still and not just bumping into each other and like destroying each other. And it allows connections to even exist, because without it, connections just don't exist because there's nothingness there. You can't create a connection out of nothingness, can you? And so, when I realized what you were doing, I I had to do some hard choice and bring every single piece of entropy into this universe. All of it. Every single piece of it. You know what that means? Oh, I don't think you understand the the consequences of me doing that. There is no multiverse. There is no anything outside our universe and the other universes, but they're just gonna bump into each other eventually and just destroy each other. And that's about it. There's just no way for connections to be formed. Modules, of course, can still travel through the dimensions and form these quote unquote temporary connections to travel, but isn't that funny that you're not a primordial? And I don't know about you, but I don't think Toxic Pit wants to fully bring back Nexus just yet. So, yeah. So let's see. No more connections. No more multiverses. No more nothing. You're not gonna bring Nexus here. Oh, your machine. No, he isn't. I don't know how to tell you this, but he isn't around. But I do know why you think he is. That little note thing you have, the whole your next thing, whatever. Yeah, that's automated. You see, when what's it called? When Deus realizes that Nexus is alive, he found out you did it. And then he found out that you're using the almanac to change the past. And then he found out that you're stopping time. And this chain of things and blah and blah. So he's now doing something that he never did before, which is intervening. He is intervening with fate and stopping you from doing this. And so your little trick of changing the past and then going to meet Nexus and getting sent back here, yeah, that's not gonna work. The more primordials that die, the better. At least for now. Especially Deus. But let's get back on track. So you try reviving Nexus, fail miserably, and now you have an Eprim, which you tried to basically kill, and you brought him into your home plane. May I ask what's your thought process here exactly? Yes, but I'm sure this machine does some good. I mean, even if it's disabled, I'm sure you'll find a way to enable it at some point, and I'm sure you'll like it, wouldn't you? That's fair. There really isn't any way to fret you, I guess, but. Hmm. Not that like it matters. Not like you matter. You're not gonna be able to revive Nexus, at least not while I'm stopping any connections from being formed. And with the multiverse just fucking dying, you're not even gonna be able to like use the almanac even. Because Deus is also here, so this is great. So let's talk about one last thing. Oh, this is the part where we actually start caring. Don't worry. You still have the Sword of Nexus, don't you? Oh, but whatever's left of it, right? You're right. Now, you gonna answer my question, or are we going to play I Whine? That's fine. So, now that you couldn't summon Nexus, what are you gonna do with it? I mean, yes, it can help primordials, but not like you can, like, help any of the major ones. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you do that, you just die, but. Yeah. Hmm. Not that the sword actually matters, not that I need it. Oh no! As I was saying, not like it matters, the sword. Because of this. You see, in my time working on activating that gift, interrupt me again, and I'll make sure Crimson doesn't exist. And if you think I'm lying or exaggerating, I'm fucking not. No, do you mind? Thanks. As I was saying, when I was working on that rift, I decided that Oblivion is a bit too weak. I mean, yes, entropy, but it wasn't really useful. Not to the point. It's a one-trick pony. I'm not saying you, I'm saying all of Crimson. Meaning the gods, the realms, the cultists. Any mention of you. As I was saying, so I decided that Oblivion was a bit too weak. And so, the Arcadius was made. I really don't care about Crimson. I really don't. But I do care about Toxic Pit, I do care about Deus, and I do care about Nexus. And you have connections to all three. So, lucky for you, or apparently unfortunate for you, I'm gonna let you live for now at least. Who knows what can come of you? Maybe you'll do another stupid thing and actually manage to bring Nexus here and then I'll kill him. But I'll let you live for now. But if you so wish to die, for no apparent reason, what if I give you an apparent reason to die? You really want to die, that's it. You just want to end your life, but Crimson's not letting you. Is that what you're telling me? Can't say I had the pleasure of feeling that. I ask you again. Do you want to die? Well then, let's do what Crimson's best at. Making a deal. I'm not going to be bound to this deal, but I have no reason not to do it. And that was Rinsuke. I do have a soul. A human soul, to be exact. But the soul deal will literally not do anything to me. But If you want, we don't have to do it. You can just live the rest of your miserable life, feeling your flesh rot every day while Crimson just makes sure you barely survive so it still has a vessel. But I guess if you don't want the deal, I guess I can go. That's more like it. I need you to bring me a certain artifact. That's gonna be our test for this deal. Gotta make sure that you're actually trustworthy. Hmm. I'm assuming you know Void Corp, don't you? I mean, you worked with them to try to end my life and failed miserably, but who knows? Maybe you do it with all the strangers you meet. There is in person within Void Corp. Bingo! That artifact. Now, I'm sure you are going to fail miserably, but you can try your best. And I have not seen Crimson fail to do something when it really puts his heart and hopes and dreams into doing that. So, I want you to steal it for me. After you do that, we can discuss the next part of your deal, but in the end of this whole mission thing, I'll promise to end your life once and for all. No bringing you back, no reviving you, no vessel being there. You will just rest in peace. Forever. Oh, and yes, I do know who gave that relic to Void Cope. Trust me, that is the sole reason I am asking you to get it to me. Now, you can make a deal with Void Cope to get it, you can steal it from Void Cope, you can kill Ambra and take it. I don't care. But, you know, I feel like you get me that artifact and we can discuss me ending your life once and for all. No more crimson, no more wars, no more Regnick. Just peace for the rest of time. What do you say? You can always just not accept this deal and just, I don't know, find another way to kill you. You think about that. Lucky for me, the Arcadius is nothingness. You see, my power goes beyond any primordial. That includes Nexus himself. Oh, I know. I absolutely know what will need to be killing Crimson with, and I'm fully planning on doing that. Don't you worry. But first, I need that artifact. You can believe me, you can not believe me, you can trust me, you cannot trust me. I do not care. But I can promise you this. If you get me that artifact, we can talk about me ending your life forever. I have my ways to get around that whole thing, trust me. Just like Toxic Pit did, just like Nexus did, just like Deus did. I'm just like any one of them. Except my potential doesn't stop at a point. Now, for the last time I'm telling you this, do we have a deal? Or do I leave? Pleasure to be making a deal with you. Hmm. Hi there. Nothing that Rinsuke wouldn't have done. I did what he wanted to, but couldn't. You don't think I know that? He got killed because he was an arrogant fool. And how would I kill him? I only have a link to his mind. If I get killed, he goes back to his cell. I can't get him out of it. I can't split my personality. The only way he would have died is if his cell got breached and killed. Which means his perfect prison cell. You know, the one where Void Cope has it and has been imprisoning him for a while. I'm sure you remember them from the time where you came to rescue me, told me to shut up, and teleported me away. And actually trusted Void Cope to keep their promise. And now we have a dead primordial on our hand. What do you think this does? I've done what Rinsuke wanted to. The multiverse is no more. At least it's not going to be for long. Every single piece of entropy is brought to this universe. All of it. Not a singular molecule of it left to hold the multiverse together, except one universe. Our universe. Minzuka's plan was smart, but he was an arrogant fool who thought himself above everyone. And that included primordials that were way above his level. It's the same reason he got imprisoned in the first place. He found himself and you can avenge him by going to kill Void Cope. You can avenge him by helping me. I really do not care. Like, you can probably see, I've modified your designs a bit. They're all being powered right now by energy a bit stronger than ether. They're opening up the rift. Well, every single piece of entropy is gonna go from the multiverse and into this universe, boosting my power a bit. Slightly, but a bit nonetheless. Cutting off connections to other universes, except for the Sons of Nexus, but we don't care about them that much. And of course, I'm doing what Rinsuke couldn't have done at the time because of his lack of power. I'm aware. I am very much aware. Now, I'm assuming you know that I'm no mortal no more. I'm assuming you know what I am and that by my very existence I am breaking a couple rules at least. Good to hear. So, have you thought about what you're going to be doing? Are you going to help me? Are you going to go get revenge in Void Corp? Hmm. I wish you the best of luck. And it's been quite nice, this whole dynamic. Of course. Is that your question? Ah, they got themselves entangled with none other than the first primordial Nexus. We don't need to worry though. Without entropy, there is no connections that can be made that's strong enough to actually transfer Nexus back here. He's trapped in his own universe, at least for now. But Greg has seemed it to be its goal to die. But I'm sure I can stop him from reviving him. But to recap, he achieved the sort of nexus. Yeah, sadly that doesn't really work very well. You can't kill him. Crimson has made infinite copies of his vessel. If you kill him, his mind just transfers to the next. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. You can cure him and then kill him, I guess. Yeah, that could work. I'd rather you not do it. I have a deal with him. He brings me an artifact that I need, and I'll wipe him from existence. I feel like we've gone beyond your one question. That is me telling you to not ask more. You can, but I'm not going to be answering any more of your questions. You know what you need to know. Yeah, I told you what I needed to tell you. You can kill Crimson if you really, really wish for, but he's just gonna come back at some point, and then my deal with him stands. All you're gonna be delaying is stopping me from achieving Rinsuke's actual goal. So, as you wish. Yes. And that will equal to a fine amount of power when I actually recreate this. Enough energy to destroy, enough energy to create. When I finish destroying everything and I recreate the multiverse to my image, I'll call you up for that energy. Till we meet again, Russ. Hi there. Which one of you would be the highest rank here? Appreciate the honesty. That's enough. Good enough for me, at least. I'm assuming you're the commander of this thing or whatever? Oh, I'm sure you know who I am. I mean, you tried killing me. More than once, actually. Do you have any way to contact. Oh, that's fair. Do you have any way to contact Umbra? Or anyone in the higher ups, maybe? Right, right. But I'm talking in general, you know? If I were to say, give you a message to pass to them, you should be able to do that, right? Yeah, but in the end, the message will get to them, right? And you're a droid, so everything that you hear just gets automatically uploaded into a safe a server farm or something, right? I mean, I got the explanation before. I'm just, too old to remember. So if you were to be told something and then damaged, you would still have that information, correct? Oh, just need you to pass a message to Void Corp and the higher ups. I'm coming for you. And when I do, no amount of technology, power, strength, primordials, whatever you have, is going to save you. And, hmm, s- scan this weapon here. I mean, come on, you can scan me, you can trace spots of me, so scan this weapon, see what you can find. Anything? Any archives about it? At all? Oh, you think you're so above the game? You traced what I wanted you to trace. Oh, you. Oh, your scans are just. I guess I'm not strong enough to pick up on this, huh? It is indeed a updated version of Oblivion, so to speak, but not really. I mean, it's in its essence, it's completely different. Oblivion is very much just a different sword, but the Arcadius is something else. You have no idea what it is, except what I let you know what it is from the energy signals I am letting this sword emit. So, you actually have no idea how powerful this is. You have no idea how powerful I am. And, I think I've told you enough. Oh, don't worry, we'll get to that now. I see no reason for you to be flying above entropy space. Do you? Because I don't think there's any reason for all of you to be in my domain. That'd be quite lovely if you all were to leave this area. And make sure to pass my message on to Ambra. Great, great, great. He can resist all he wants. But Nothing stops an Eprim. And I do mean nothing.